So here we see the next chapter. It's all about materials and resources. It's kind of a summarize of part one, kind of. Why sustainability is key in early childhood education. We heard in the first part a lot about education for sustainable development and sustainability in elementary childhood education helps children connect with their environment. It teaches them the importance of protecting nature and acting with respect toward others. To give some practical examples, as this chapter 2 is all about materials and resources, here are two examples I chose. One you can see is with a picture of the book, The Oak Tree. It's in English. It's about a tree which is about 1,000 years old, and it tells the story about the people around them and the importance of living in nature and being aware of nature and having respect towards nature. And that the environment needs care and protection. And it can introduce children to the concept of environmental stewardship. It's a really nice book. It's available everywhere, and it has nice pictures, and text is also very nice, in my opinion. The second example is kind of what we heard in the first part in the breakout rooms. In the breakout room I was in, there two women talked about their project in their kindergarten regarding recycling. So this could be an activity in the kindergarten or in the institution you're working in, that recycling could be part of the daily practice or a kind of ritual. You could also visit a recycling center, for example, or a landfill, to be aware of all the afterwards of our daily products we produce, and to be aware of our waste. So this is why sustainability, or examples why sustainability is key in early childhood education. The next slide, I used the Austrian curriculum here, is about ESG in educational framework. So as a part of our project, all of our partners wrote a country analysis, kind of national report, where SDGs and ESG can be found in their own national framework or in their own national curricula. And I will show later the homepage of the Creative Storytellers project, and where you can see the national reports of our project, and we can have a glimpse at them. So as an example for the national framework for Austria, here it is the ESG educational for sustainable development is embedded in Austria's primary education framework, which is very old, as you can see, 2009, though it's not explicitly mentioned, of course, but the framework includes values such as democracy, solidarity, and peace, and is kind of supporting the implementation of ESG and global citizenship education. So I would like you to show now the homepage of our project. Sonia, could you please redirect us there? Thank you. This is a good point of resource in our case. First, before we go to the reports and to the outputs, I would like you to show that we have made links to the SDGs here. you have all SDGs in this part of the homepage. You can click on, for example, SDG quality education, and will be redirected to the global goals homepage. And there you have a short overview and can find out more if you are interested in about the SDG, about the theme and the content and what it is about. So in my opinion, it gives a good overview, and you can go in detail for all SDGs. At the Creative Storytellers homepage, there is the point, the icon results and output. If you click there, you can see, you can find the transnational reports, so how the SDGs are implemented in the curricula of each of our partners countries. And the other output I would like to show you is the SDG in Early Childhood Education Care Framework. If you could click there, thank you. Here we find the collection, or our collection of materials and ideas for the 5 Ps and the SDGs. It is a good resource and a collection of materials, ideas, how the SDGs can be implemented in early childhood education. And for each SDG, there are links and ideas how to integrate them in your daily work. The link for the homepage and all other materials we will go through, you can find on the Padlet Sonja is showing you at the end of the workshop. Okay, then the next slide is a concrete material which is available at the moment only in English, but it is such a good example for implementing every aspect of our project that I wanted to mention it, so that you can have an idea for a good implementation of the SDGs, the ESD, and multimodal storytelling, creative storytelling in one method. This is 17 stories. So for each SDG, there is a story where the young girl Dominic and the magical pirate have adventures together. For example, in the first episode of the Storyteller series, the two meet with their in the supermarket a needy man, and Ari, the bird, shows Dominic the no poverty band, which ensures that no one in the Orient has to suffer the consequences of poverty. The educational focus here is that it teaches kids that everyone, big or small, can make a positive impact on sustainability. And it is made in a way that also younger children, so it is from the age 5 and plus, can have contact with the very complex SDGs and the content, and it is kind of translated into the language of the children. It is written by a known children's author in Germany, Rolf Barth, and it is available on the Tony box. So if you go there, the link will also be in the Padlet. You can discover a little bit what it is all about. At the moment, it's only in German available. Next slide, or the next material I will show you, is in English. It's from the project World's Largest Lesson. And it is made for children from age 4 to 8. And there are 5 characters. Each character, you can see the figures, the animals there at the picture, stands for one value, for one attribute, like empathy, creativity, curiosity, problem solving, and communication. So it works with the values, which are also part of a big part for in the concept education for sustainable development, but also for global citizenship education. And there are different activities where the children, for example, have to find a secure path. They're building kind of a town and homes, and they have to find a path from one home to another home, which is secure, and they work together, build this little town. And think of all the needs which everyone in this town have, and so on. Sorry. It is also a good introduction for SDGs for young children. Okay, so
Dina, could I interrupt you for a moment? I see there's a question in the chat about the Tony. And the question, if do you need a Tony box, or do you need a Tony, or is it something that is freely available? Do you know?
It is. It usually the stories or the figures they cost something, but in this case, I think it's free. You can download it for free, but I'm not really 100% sure.
It's for a creative Tony. So it's for free, and you can download it. If you own a creative Tony, you can use that to download the story there. So it's totally free in general.
Any other questions about the materials or resources? Okay.
And you should definitely go to World's Largest Lesson, because it's a big, very huge collection of materials for all ages.
Good. Then I would go on with the next slide. And not talking from our side. No, you want to? Okay.
Okay.
Good.
I don't know. Which kind? Where shall I go, Dina?
Yeah, the next slide.
Yeah, this is the next, but maybe this we already. I will go here. You want to talk? I wanted to add some ideas for activities for water, because we have worked on that, and I know it's simply about you have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of experiences. Those are some ideas which come also from a person in a kindergarten. And yes, for example, with water, of course, you can do a lot of things, and there's a lot of books. And I'm a big fan of books for kids. And so just to show in the behalf of the topic of water that there are existing in your daily work in kindergarten. I'm sure you do a lot which fits to those goals. You go out, you do experiments, you do read books, you let the kids dive deep into topics as they want and they need. And these kind of practices, these kind of ideas, we want to collect and also help you to have a look at if they fit to a certain goal, or if they fit to a certain topic, which is also about sustainable development goals. And we would also in the next part, invite you to think of maybe those goals you don't work so often with and are thus important for kids, because they always notice what adults talk about, and if it's a time where war and peace is a challenge, they notice it, and it's very important that you address it also in your institution. And there's a lot of possibilities to do so. And therefore, we go on with the next session to also get to know about your experience and as you're the daily experts on early childhood education. Dina, you want to continue?
Yeah. So the next part would be the breakout rooms, right? I can't see the... Yeah, okay. We would like to give you now the opportunity to talk and discuss in little groups the following question: what opportunities do you see to integrate special SDGs in your institution, kindergarten? Hi. Also think about the 5 Ps, so planet, people, prosperity, peace, and partnership, to have different kind of projects, activities in mind. You can also share what you have already done.
When I listen to you, it just seems to me like this tree where all those different ideas and activities you're doing in your kindergartens are like leaves on the tree where it gets full, it gets very full. So always when I'm recognizing what is being done in preschool, I'm just like, wow, how can you do that if you have a lot of kids and you also have big groups and you have a lot of other things to do? But I really, I'm always amazed to hear about your daily work. So if we think of a tree, it's nice to have it very full of leaves. So every idea is good. Every idea is worth trying. And we hope we will find in the next webinars also time for sharing your ideas. And what is the goals? It's clear. I don't have to say all of this. It's just a presentation. We want to help kids to shape global social justice and sustainability. We also want to empower them and provide some space to experience themselves and to participate so that they can bring their own ideas. And we also have always, as multipliers, we have also the task to critically examine our structures we're living in. We could have a look, how is the institution in fact working? What can we do better when it comes to sustainability on institutional level? And when we do local action, we can, of course, we can only act locally the most of the times, but we do it also because we are thinking globally. So this is also some start of conclusion, because we already are a little bit late, but it's okay. In fact, first workshop was a little bit shorter, so I hope it's okay if we exceed the hour now a little bit. And to conclude a little bit, Pike has like those 2 points I always like. It's that as we as educators can do 2 things. We can educate ourselves on global issues because we have to know more, and then we can think about how we can present it to kids or which kind of projects we can start. And we also have to ask ourselves what keeps us motivated, because it shall make fun as well to educators as it shall do to kids. The topics are not always that easy. Yeah, the climate change, global warming, or peace and war is not so funny, but we can do a lot of nice activities which can make fun. And we can always question ourselves if we are able to think beyond the usual narratives. Imagine a world without poverty. How would it look like? To a little bit of philosophy also. Many of educators working with philosophy, and I suppose many of you will do as well in your morning circles to ask kids to keep questioning things. And the second thing is, when we have educated ourselves, then we can engage with global issues in our institutions. And then we also can create space for global thinking in local action, because it might be that not in all families it is possible to think about sustainability and what this means. But in the preschool, in the kindergarten, we can create space for trying some things differently, for doing some things differently. And we also, as one of the goals, SDG number 4 is education, quality education. We are also responsible somehow for bringing all those topics in our institutions. So if I imagine all those goals, all those projects, all those activities you're doing in your kindergartens, and we will get some more ideas in the next webinars, we'll be filling the tree with more and more leaves, and we will be very happy to see you in the next webinars. And we wanted to give you some kind of small task for the next time. We hope if you have the possibility to bring something to show us just for one sentence to explain why you like that, bring an object, a book, something you like to share with the others regarding education for sustainable development. I, for my part, took this today. It's called Baumfreunde for the very smallest. What is the special thing about trees? And a book for the older ones, The Wood Wide Web. It's very interesting. It's very nice.
Sonja.
And yeah.
Can you show it again? It was very short. I don't think.
Okay. Maybe I can put it. I don't know if it can be seen. The Wood Wide Web. And we will also put these books in the Padlet, okay? Die Baumfreunde. So bring something you would like to share, which you like to work with. It can be books, it can be other things. It can be an idea, a sentence. And we hope we will see you again. But
Dina, Sonja,
could
you share the link to the Padlet?
Yes. Do you see it now? I can also share it in the chat.
In the chat.
Yeah, I shared in the chat. And I wanted, before we talk about the next webinars, if there are any questions, Jens. If you see any question, if somebody wants to add something.
No, in the chat there's nothing.
Okay, yes, okay. So now I put it in the chat, the link to the Padlet. There you will find all the materials, also the presentations of today and also for the next webinars. And we will share there also some notes about the breakout sessions, what was being talked about, and all the materials we presented today. And we hope we see you again. You see this last slide. There's also the link once again for the registration on the Moodle course. It would be nice if you could have a look at the course prior to the next webinar, which will be on the 12th of March. But I'm sure you will get a reminder because it's quite some weeks until the 12th of March. What else is to say except thank you